Welcome to our first class with spring term Math B, ABSE at LCC. We've spent a few minutes going over our first ToDoodle. It's a to-do task on these Google Jam boards. We didn't want to record things right away because if people had tech issues or so on, we didn't want to record them in an embarrassing way for posterity, but we're doing great. So the first page of each ToDoodle looks like this. And then we can manipulate things. We can click on the arrow key, arrow icon over here, and we can move things around, change its color, things like that. So we started by doing a little logic puzzle, making the shapes the right colors. Then we just figured out 3 different ways to write 11 using money, even though if I am writing it as numbers, there's only one way to write 11. And then we were going the other direction of all of these bills, let's sort them appropriately and figure out how much there was total. Now we're on page 5, and the little true value picture in the bottom corner is to remind us that when we're looking at the digits of a number we write out, then they're really kind of lying to us. This is not a 5, for example. This is a 500. If I was reading it out loud, I'd say 14,532. If you were to ask for this much money at the bank and they gave you 5 instead of 500, you would be upset because they didn't give you all your money. So we have to remember that the digits, just because it says a 5, it's not really a 5, it's really a 500, and so on with all of these. So again, go to your arrow, grab one of these things. So find both the way to write it with digits and with words for each of these. So pick up one of these and move it where it goes. Color code them when you're done. What are the 3s in these numbers? That one is 3 million. Can you make the word 3 million red? When you click on it, you'll see up at the top, the options change.
I can only move them. I can't change the colors to them. Maybe someone else can.
Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah, of course.
If no one can change colors, then I will just know that when I am trying to do things. This middle one is indeed 3,000, so that was done well. We don't want the 30,000 there. There, the 3 is just a 30. But we need the number, that writing it out as digits for this one. Yep. Okay, now we're done. So we have 30 in 2 different ways. We have 3,000 in 2 different ways. We have 3 million in 2 different ways. And then we have a bunch of red herrings we didn't use. Did anyone play with base 10 blocks, or their kids played with base 10 blocks? No. So in modern elementary schools, sometimes they have these, they kind of went into fashion in the 50s, and then they went out of fashion, and then they're back in fashion, and then they're not. Anyway, so there's 3 sizes of blocks we'll care about. This counts as 1, the way we're using it today. So if I had 10 of those, that makes 1 line of 10. And then you could see if I had 10s next to each other 10 times, that would be 100 here. So here we have hundreds, and here we have 10s, and here we have 1s. So we need to shrink them down a little bit so they don't overwhelm us. And so make copies of these blocks. You can just use Control-C and Control-V once you've selected it. And try and make blocks represent the 12, the 451, and the 306. It might help to talk to each other, say, I'll do the 306, or I'll make copies of the hundreds, or something like that. So we don't have everyone trying to do the same thing.
I'll do the 451.
Yay, the 12 is done. I'm going to move the 12 for you kind of out of the way because it looks like the others are going to take up more room. So there's the 12. There's 450. There's 451.
Yay.
Yay. Okay, we need 306. Somebody who has it working. I know two of you are struggling with the app on the phone. It would be fun if we were in person and had all these things to really play with, but on the other hand, now we're all home and comfy, so. Ta-da. Everyone happy with our work? Looks good to me.
Yep.
The last page of each ToDoodle tends to have some open-ended question. Sometimes you'll just ignore these, and other times it's like, oh, I can talk about this with friends or family because it was interesting and like that. So imagine a country where the government tried to make cash work like place value. So there would only be one way that you could make any amount with the bills, just like there's only one way to write the number 11, even though we could make it three ways with US money. So would that work? What kinds of bills would the country use? Is that something that could actually be done? So that's your like take-home question to think about if you. Okay, I'm going to move back to our Moodle page. So looking again under the place value topic, right? Expand the place value topic. There were textbook sections and videos. If anything we ever do is confusing, then you can ask me for help. It's not like I'm only able to meet in Zoom at class time. And If you don't want that though, then you have reading and videos there. Our to-doodles for each topic are here. By the way, the numbering changes because I made them all last term and I'm improving them as we go. So the ones that are labeled this way have been souped up. And there's 3 links. Original is just for me to keep track of where I'm keeping the original. It doesn't have edit access. So if you click on this link, you could see the original. Looks just like what we did, but you can't do anything with it. The class copy is the one we were just looking at. That's why it says class copy up at the top there. So it is the one that the whole world can look at and change and modify. Hopefully no one will come in and vandalize all of our nice work, and it'll be there forever. If you click on my copy, then it's going to ask you, do you really want to make a new copy? And you can click on that blue box and say yes. So your homework is sometime after class, maybe before the next class or maybe over the weekend, whatever works for your schedule. Revisit all the ones that we've done. So maybe we'll get to 2 or 3 today. I'm doubting we'll get to 4. And then let me know whether it was worthwhile to spend time on your own after class. So send me a text, send me an email, tell me as class starts Thursday and we're waiting for everyone to show up. Yes, number 1, I liked a lot. Number 2, that was a waste of time to look at again. Number 3, that was worthwhile. And I'll just record your names or your code names if you want to be all secretive. And then that is your homework, so to speak, to just tell me which ones were good outside of class as well as inside of class. Make sense? By the way, at the bottom, there are links to some other things you can do. You're not being graded on these. If you have ever used My Open Math, then these will soon be working. Right now, they're not. I need to kind of get our Moodle page plugged into My Open Math, and right now it's not connected. But there will be things that look more like textbook problems. If all we're doing are the to-doodles, then people tend to be a little wary that they're really learning good GED stuff. The GED doesn't look like this at all. I don't wiggle around and resize and copy things. So doing a few problems on your own or in class if you want that look like test problems makes people happy. Yes, I'm actually learning this. I can pass the test, things like that. So I'll try and get this connected before Thursday, but I need to meet with people at the teacher technology help side of things and get that turned on. That's what that is. Okay, I'm going to stop this recording and then we'll move on to the second one.